Have you ever dreamed about being in a band? My big brother is part of a band. He plays the lead guitar. Sometimes my brother takes me with him to band practice. His band has some awesome sounds. Click the hotspots to learn more. Then, click the next arrow when you're ready to explore more about sound. My brother is teaching me how to play the guitar. You can make a sound by strumming the guitar strings. Strumming vibrates the strings, which causes sound to be made. You can change the sound by pressing down on the string, which makes it shorter. By pressing the strings in different places, you make all the awesome sounds of a guitar. My friend Drew is learning to play the drums. He strikes the drums and cymbals with the drumsticks. This makes the instruments vibrate. Different shapes of drums make different sounds. I love the low sound of the bass drum. Welcome to the lesson, What is Sound? In this lesson, you'll learn about the properties of sound. You'll also find out how sound travels. The vocabulary words for this lesson are wave, volume, wavelength, pitch, amplitude, frequency, and sound wave. Have you ever seen the inside of a piano? A piano is a very complex instrument with keys, strings, hammers, and dampers. Pianos can make a wide range of sounds, from very low notes to very high notes. When a musician hits a piano key, a hammer strikes a string in the piano, causing the string to vibrate. This vibration produces a sound. If a musician hits a piano key hard, the hammer hits the string harder, which creates a louder sound. If a musician hits a piano key softly, the note has a softer volume. In this lesson, you will learn that sound is a vibration that travels in waves. Have you ever wondered how sound moves from the object creating the sound to your ear? Sound travels in waves and can move through a solid, liquid, or gas. Sound waves are a little different from other types of waves you might know about. Click the highlighted parts of the image to learn more about how sound travels in waves. Light also travels as waves through space and our atmosphere. But light does not need to travel through a medium to transfer energy. Light waves are transverse waves, meaning they move up and down much like ocean waves do. An ocean wave is different from a sound wave. Ocean waves have crests and troughs as they travel through the ocean, transferring energy as they move. Sound has various properties that determine what you hear. As the properties of a sound wave change, you hear changes in volume and pitch. Click the images to learn more about volume and pitch. Have you ever asked someone to turn up the volume on the radio or TV? What does it mean when you ask that? If you said volume means how loud or soft the sound is, you are correct. Volume is measured in decibels. Louder sounds register as having higher decibel levels than softer sounds. Have you ever noticed how some instruments make very high-pitched sounds and other instruments make low-pitched sounds? Pitch is the characteristic of sound that describes how high or low a sound is. This instrument is a piccolo. The piccolo is a short wind instrument that makes a high-pitched sound. Compare the pitch of a trumpet to the pitch of a piccolo. Does the trumpet have a higher or lower pitch? If you said the trumpet has a lower pitch, you would be correct. The trumpet is larger than a piccolo and produces a lower pitch. This instrument is a tuba. Tubas produce a very low pitch. Do you notice how big the tuba is compared to the piccolo and the trumpet? This is because there is a connection between the pitch of these instruments and the length of the tube the air vibrates in. The tuba, which has a longer tube, has a much lower pitch than the piccolo or the trumpet. You have learned the difference between objects that produce a sound with a low pitch and objects that produce a sound with a high pitch. Look at these photographs and classify the objects according to the pitch of the sound they produce. Drag the images to the correct location. Great job! You were able to sort all the objects by pitch. Objects with a high pitch have a high sound, and objects with a low pitch have a low sound. A quiet sound can have a high pitch, and a low pitch can have a high volume. Volume, or the loudness or softness of a sound, is measured in units called decibels, dB. Sounds, such as a normal conversation, a phone ringing, a truck driving, and the sounds of a construction site, all have different decibel ranges. Some activities are louder than others. Click the dots on the line to learn more about the decibel scale. The lower the decibel number, the quieter the sound. 0 to 60 decibels is quiet to moderate. 10 decibels is the sound of someone breathing. 20 decibels is the sound of people whispering. The more decibels, the louder the sound. Talking with family at your home may be about 50 to 60 decibels. Talking in a crowded restaurant with background music may be 60 to 70 decibels. A 70 decibel sound can become annoying. A vacuum cleaner typically operates at 70 decibels. At 85 decibels, the volume of a freight train or garbage disposal, some hearing damage could occur. Volumes between 90 decibels and 120 decibels become dangerous to human hearing. A busy urban street or a food blender is typically about 90 decibels. Listening to a volume of 90 decibels for 8 hours causes hearing damage. Between 100 and 110 decibels, the volume of a jackhammer or a chainsaw, significant hearing damage can happen after lengthy exposure. You should wear ear protection around such loud sounds. Volume becomes very dangerous to human hearing at 120 decibels, or the volume of a live rock concert. At that volume, sound can become painful. At 150 decibels, or the sound of a jet taking off from 25 meters away, eardrums can rupture. It is extremely important for people to wear ear protection in these situations to avoid permanent ear damage.